dos, tres.
Hello, my darlings. My name is super sexy, super fabulous, and super desirable. Even with a patch on my eye, Soraya Sobada. Welcome to my kitchen, welcome to my show. This is going to be an unpacking of Bachelor number 1. Now, Bachelor number 1 was a white man who was Danish in his 50s, who found me on a profile online called My Transsexual Date. I just saw his picture, saw his height. I failed to notice that he was a bottom. If I knew he was a bottom, had I read that, I would have maybe left him alone. I went into the relationship with all this fantasy, his accent, he was working abroad, oh wow, how fabulous. So, we met, and he was very, very handsome. He had eyes like my dad. I kind of connected with that, and I felt comfortable with him. Actually, I felt safe with him right away. There was that holiday magic in the air. It was really cute, you know. So as soon as we met, I was very like, ooh. And he was very, very affectionate. He loved walking hand in hand, arm in arm. We went to see the tree at Rockefeller Center. This is where my vulnerability came, which was that I felt like, oh my gosh, like I am with a man and we look like a cisgender couple. And so there's that level of comfort. There was a sense of freedom that I felt that I never ever really felt in my queer days of dating out in public. Then again, the men that I chose back in the day when I was a queer man were not that affectionate like that. So that Christmas of 2021 New Year's as well, those 2 weeks, was like a dream come true. It was like my dream come true. And he was the one that I got to live that with. He was the channel of it. We had great dates. He took me to exquisite restaurants in the city. I mean, French cafes. It was top notch. No waiter came to us saying, hey guys, what do you like to have today? It wasn't like that at all. So those are the things that I liked about him, which I said in the video. Like, I liked his perspective on his life. After a couple of dates, he was wanting to come over really quickly, and I was like, no, 6-date rule. And I'm like, well, you know, I can give you a couple of tips on how you can get here before the 6 dates. You know, you can sing to me from 52nd Street to my window and get a guitar. And charming man. And with that accent, oh, any woman would have been melting for him. So early into the relationship of getting to know each other and spewing, he did a little bit about his parents, his mother, his father. And that's where I'm glad in my perspective, in my world, I don't bring up any pain right away. I don't. Where I find men, doesn't matter now I see if they're queer, if they're straight, they haven't really maybe resolved all of those things. And I think from my experience, there's something about the male energy, something about the female energy, of course, the mom and the dad. And I think for a lot of men, well, I did it when I dated my men. I turned my little boyfriends into giants. Looking up to them, adoring them. Making them bigger than me thing. That is going to nurture me, love me, care for me, protect me. I did it with my 4-year guy. He was my height, but when we laid in bed, I liked moving down lower into the bed and kind of looking up on him. And I know Bachelor number 1 had that thing about making me the more powerful one, the bigger one, the taller one, like the 50-foot woman. There's a term for that, where people are into giants. Like Gulliver's Travels, I have to admit, I am attracted to that. I've positioned myself in the bed with my partners, making them Gulliver. So another thing to talk about with Bachelor number 1, which made me melt somewhat with him, is that when he did come to my place, I had a vision that I would meet a guy that likes to play the piano, because I have a big piano here in my apartment. When he came in, his mouth dropped and his eyes just sparkled and glistened when he saw the piano. From that time of that date, when he came over, it was so cool. I would be cooking, and here's this gentleman playing the piano, having a blast. It was so warm, and it was the holidays. It was just perfect. It was perfect. So there was all of that. It was really cute. I was like, oh, You know, I felt like such a woman, honey. Hello. Un chulo, un papito bien lindo. Danish con ese accent. ¿Quién se nos vas a enamorar? Rápido. But yeah, he was great. And then when we got into the bed, like, he was the first man that got to touch my breast. He was the first man that really got to appreciate and touch my body. From the contouring and the Brazilian butt lift. He was the first man. I felt that connection. Slept over for like New Year's Eve to like January 6th. I called him the resurrection guy. But then when we started getting sexual, we got to find out that he wanted me to be the top monster. Top. I gotta work my way into that, maybe, and I'm not a top. I could be versatile. And so he saw that. My scrotum wasn't big enough for him. That was a concern. Then he was like, look, we have to talk. He came to his conclusion that since I was inherently a top, he didn't think that I could work into it. My thing was, or my defense was, you know, give me time to grow into it. For me, that's how I work. For him, that's not how he works. It's like, there's a cat and there's a dog. So I'm not gonna wait for you to turn into a dog. I need a top. So I was like, okay, all right, then we'll say goodbye. And so I said goodbye. And then I heard back from him a few days later, like, oh, you just cut me off like that. I'm like, wait a minute, didn't you make it clear? Like, it wasn't the dog. Or that huge drill bit. You know, when the guys are out there. I'm not that. You know? I was like, well, you know. So then, a week or two, I started a new job. I was really excited about it. And then one day I woke up and I couldn't get out of bed. The room was spinning and I was dizzy as all hell. And then I went to the emergency room and then found out from all the tests that they took, there was nothing wrong with my head or my heart, even though I was having chest pains. But my urine came back with gonorrhea. I caught gonorrhea from him. And oh, like I said in the bachelor dating game video, I asked him about his sexual health. I said, I'm not having sex with you until you show me papers. Please go get tested. I could show you mine. And he went and got tested, but he brought me back results for HIV. That he was negative. Syphilis, gonorrhea, I didn't get back a report. And believe me, I had like tiny sex with him. Mouth to anus, mouth to penis. That was it for like 30 seconds because he wasn't really into it. I'm like, oh my God, this guy just wants me to jump on top of him and be like a sex machine, like a James Brown. I'm like, oh my God, you're just a love machine. And you won't work unless you're a top. Soraya, ooh baby, you better be a top machine. No hug and kiss and thing. Well, hug and kissing we did. But yeah, he wanted top, girl. He wanted bang, bang, bang. Oh Lord, I mean, that's not me. It's not me. And that's what happened. And I was like, okay, well, you know, antibiotics and it's gone. Okay. Oh, right. It was biggie. But life goes on. So that was everything with Bachelor number 1. I hope that makes a little bit of sense. I want to own the part that I did not pay more attention to who he was as a person, that he was a bottom. And how I was vulnerable, what I came to the table with, what my desires, what my fantasies, what my wishes were, and how they were fulfilled by this gentleman. I had a great holiday. That was the best holiday I ever had in my life, actually. That was like a vision come true, to spend the holiday with a man dating in New York City, in Midtown. You know, the whole holiday vibe, and feeling like I fit in, like normal, you know, walking the street with a gent and not having to worry too much about like standing out, right? So it was lovely. It was lovely. So that's my unpacking of Bachelor number 1. You know, I'm not perfect either. I don't want to make these guys out to be, oh, they want this, they want that, oh my god, it's so unfair. Yeah, but you know what? There's some expectations that I wanted too. I probably projected some stuff on them as well. So here I am. Thank you so much. Please watch the rest of my videos, download my music, support my channel, and we'll talk really soon, okay? Take care. Bye.